There are so many gruesome, horrific, and twisted tales of crime out there. What about the ones that involve children? Children are seen as innocent that wouldn't hurt a fly, right? What happens when a child does something so evil that will make you question the concept of child innocence? This is Amajit Sadar, 7-year-old serial killer. In the remote village of Mushaha, India, a community dominated by farmers and low-income earners, where life moved slowly and indigents struggled with poverty. Amajit Sadar, a seemingly innocent 7-year-old boy at the time, would grow up to become the world's youngest serial killer, taking the lives of 3 children between 2006 and 2007. This horrific tragedy began when Meena, Amajit's aunt, arrived at Amajit's home with a minor request. Meena had secured a job in the city, so she needed someone that would look after her 8-month-old baby for at least 1 month until she settles in. Amajit's mother, Peru, agreed to help her sister with her baby, pending when she returns. This would be the last time Meena would see or hold her child again. After Meena left, everything seemed to be going well until one morning, Peru asked Amajit to look after the baby so she could go to the market and get foodstuffs. Few hours elapsed. Peru returned from the market only to find Amajit and his younger sister at home. The baby was nowhere in sight. Peru asked Amajit where his baby cousin, whom she had left in his custody, was. Amajit smiled and kept quiet. After much questioning, 7-year-old Amajit tells his mother to follow him to the place where the baby was. The unsuspecting woman followed her son to a clearing. There, lying under the grass, is 8-month-old baby, dead. Amajit's mother became agitated. She asked her husband to come and help her question Amajit. At least Amajit should tell them what happened to the baby she had left in his care. When Amajit's father came, he questioned his son. He begged Amajit to tell him what had happened to the baby. After much questioning, finally, 7-year-old Amajit Sadar looked his father in the eye. With a chilling calmness, unrolled the most sadistic story. He confessed that he started pinching the baby. From one pinch to the other, then he slapped the child. After the baby began to cry in pain, Amajit began to laugh. He continued to pinch and to slap the baby. It didn't stop there. After long hours of crying and pinching, Amajit's sadistic mind demanded for more. He wrapped his hand around the baby's throat and grabbed him until the baby took his last breath. Amajit then drags the lifeless body of the child to a field behind their house and buries the baby under the grass. This was a lot to take in for Amajit's parents, but the most terrifying part of this story was Amajit's parents' reaction. Usually, a mother or a father would be alarmed and call the police, but Amajit's parents did not contact any authorities. Instead, they concocted an elaborate story and told the mother of the child. The 8-month-old baby would become Amajit's first victim. Few months after this horrific incident, Amajit Sadar would claim his second victim, his own blood sister. One night while Amajit's parents were asleep, Amajit crept into his younger sister's room and strangled her. When his parents learned what Amajit had done, they covered his crime up and quietly buried their child. They neither called the police nor any other legal authority. In 2007, the following year, the darkness in Amajit proved that it was far from satisfied. Chon Chon, a woman living in Amajit's neighborhood, went to a primary school and dropped her 6-month-old baby, Kushbo, hoping to pick the child up at the end of the school day. After a few hours, Devi returns to pick her child, only to be told by the school authority that her baby was missing. In fact, the school was in the middle of a search. The search continued with no one having a clue as to where 6-month-old Kushbo would be. A neighbor who had heard about Amajit's evil streak suggested that they question Amajit. When now 8-year-old Amajit Sada was brought in for questioning, his parents once again tried to shield him from answering any questions. They insisted that Amajit was too young to be interrogated. The police, on the other hand, refused. They ordered that Amajit be questioned. This boy confessed that he had gone to the primary school where baby Kushbo was sleeping and kidnapped her. He takes her to a clearing behind his house and strangled the baby there. After the baby had taken her last breath, Amajit takes a brick and began to smash the baby's skull. What could drive a child of 8 into committing such monstrous act? Many people speculated that Amajit was possessed with an evil spirit. Others blamed it on poor upbringing. Regardless of what everyone thought, Amajit was sent to children's home for psychiatric evaluation and rehabilitation because according to Indian law, he was too young to receive a death sentence or even be sent to prison. In 2016, Amajit was released on his 18th birthday. His whereabouts is unknown. Amajit Sada would now be around 26 years old in 2024. It is assumed that Amajit Sada is living under a new identity. This story is super insane.